Last time on the Fool's Chronicle. This is Varn Claremont, son of Aldrich Claremont, and the next in line to inherit Claremont House. You are going to make an example of Varn. The Grey Cloaks, by now, are halfway in them being the ward boss of Six Towers.
I wanted to apologize for getting you messed up in that thing with the crows.
Yeah, they'll recover. There's something wrong in that factory. The walls have eyes in that factory. I swear. I don't know how. Varn, the owner of it, he knows things. Hello, I'm Sean Tumbokenflowers, your GM.
I'm Olivia Manning. I play Ivanka Dove.
I am Dylan Manning. I play Maride the Storm Cardera.
I am Ren French, and I play Orlin Wright.
Last time, Storm, you talked to Talker about factory such and such, right? And I think we can gloss over, let's just say that you can get a job at the factory, if you'd like to.
We don't need to go through your entire interview process.
Yeah, unless that's like something you wanted to do for information gathering purposes, but...
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll let these guys figure out what they're doing, but I may pull in, I work a shift and just keep an eye on what's going on, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Olivia, Ren, what are we doing?
Ren, you said that you had sort of a ghostly plan. Would you like to...
I make all these jokes about attuning to the ghost field, but I think it's time.
Okay, so, Orlin, you are going to go to Coleridge. I keep forgetting where it is. I think it is Coleridge.
You said Coleridge, yes.
To go to the factory?
Yes, that's correct.
The first thing you notice going to Coleridge is the smell. It is thick with smoke, and even in the lack of light there is in the sky, you can see reflecting upwards from the lights of lanterns just the smoke that fills the air. There is this thin veneer of smog that is everywhere. Nothing is really clean here.
This sucks. I hate this place.
So you're... Look at yourself, first of all.
I look like... It looks like I turned into a city district, and that should not be the case.
So, you approach the factory, and what are you doing?
Alright, I'm gonna go to around the side of the building. Preferably not the front door.
Cool.
And I'm going to... Drumroll, please.
Attune to the ghost... Let's all say it together. Attune to the ghost field.
Attune to the ghost field.
Cool.
Stupid.
I imagine you're gonna put on your spirit mask first?
No, let's raw dog this. Yes, I'm gonna put on my mask.
Alright. Okay, Ren. I want you to know next time you don't mention it, I'm just gonna be like, and you didn't put on your mask, so you die. So, yeah, you put on your horrifying jester's mask, because it allows you to kind of see into this ghost field. And the first thing you notice is that there is so much energy in the air. You don't know the intricacies, like the scientific terms for any of this, but this place is surrounded by condensed ether. Life energy is pouring out of this place. And it's almost overwhelming. You get a sense that interacting with spirits here may be dangerous. Or more so potent.
Yeah, because they got that spirit stank.
Yeah, that spirit stink.
Alright.
No, because it's just because of the where you are right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you all as characters know a lot about how the Leviathan industry works.
I don't know shit.
but I think general knowledge is Leviathan blood has just so much life energy, and they kill it slowly to get the energy out of it. And so you're sensing that, like, the immense amount of life energy it's giving off, and that's being siphoned out of it.
All right.
What are you doing?
Well, first, I'd like to attune, because that's step one.
Sure. Are you going to compel? Like your ability compel? I feel like we haven't used it yet.
Yes, that's the goal of the ability, but the first thing it says is you can attune. You attune to the field.
Yes. To force a nearby ghost to
Yeah.
appear and obey a command you give it. Okay. Cool. I would like to say that this is going to be... This attune roll will be great effect. Simply because of where you are. I would say this is definitely risky. Almost desperate if you can give me a way that you're going to limit the amount of energy that's gonna come from this attunement, I will give you risky.
I imagine that as a whispers draw upon life energy for their abilities as well. So I imagine that while, yes, the ghosts are more powerful, so too are Orland's abilities.
Okay, that's kind of
Hell
cool.
yeah.
That's my...
Hell yeah.
That's how I see it, and you can tell me if that's bullshit.
No, that sounds badass. Okay, awesome. Then this is risky. Great effect. Go ahead and roll a tune.
All right. Rolling physical dice. Let's go!
Oh no. Hey,
What did
Red.
you roll?
What'd you roll, buddy?
Uh-oh. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Not good.
Oh, oopsies. Okay. On a 1 to 3, things go badly, you suffer harm, a complication occurs, you end up in a desperate position, or you lose this opportunity. You've done something so tasty for me, Ren. Yeah, this is gonna be bad.
No.
As you reach in to try and reach out to a spirit here, you immediately realize that there is too much energy here. Suddenly, in this alleyway that you're in, you see flashes of spirits shooting off electricity right in front of you as you fall back, and there are scenes of violence. You see a factory worker bearing down upon another one. You see someone getting their arm caught in gears. You see so many things, just like years of violent actions that have been saved here in this ghost field and are now being displayed to you. You are haunted by this place. You are not usually supernaturally terrified, but this place, like, haunts you. I'm gonna give you a level 2 harm, haunted.
Ooh.
Wow.
That ain't good, Chief.
Yeah, that's very bad.
Yeah.
I want to kill him very badly now. So that's good.
So that's
Do I get anything
we have a
from
nice
that
motive.
at all? I mean, 2 harm, I guess, but...
Yeah, congrats.
2 harm is kind of your prize. Yes, you know what? I think you do get something. Orlin, as you stumble back, and are terrified by all these things, you are looking ahead at this scene, and there's kind of a commotion going on here because, like, you know, suddenly, like, this is all very loud and you know, very bright, and this was a very dark place. You see right on the wall in front of you an eye open up. The way a face will just open its eyes, but out of the wrought metal, and the eye stares directly at you and then shuts.
That sucks.
That's
The
so
walls have
bad.
eyes.
The walls do have literal eyes. This sucks.
I'm so. Oh God, it's very good. It's a very good thing I have my mask on.
Christ.
But yes, you are haunted. So I feel like that's level 2 harm. When you're doing kind of ghost things around here, you're gonna be taking one less die because this whole thing just skeezes you out.
Not good.
That's not great for our ghost dude.
Yeah, not good.
I'm gonna just start beating the wall where I saw the eye, because that sucks.
Yeah, it's just metal. You hurt your fists.
There's no
your
like
little-
weird fleshy feel beneath it. It's just eye.
Nope. No. It closes again,
It's just
and then it's just metal again.
God. And like, do I get any? So it's supernatural.
I mean,
I wouldn't call it natural.
machines don't do that much. I'll say.
That's not a natural.
Never seen a wall done that myself.
So I would say probably.
I would say supernatural.
All right. This is not where I was expecting the info gathering phase to go. However, it is where we are now.
Dove, what are you gonna do to gather information?
So again, assuming that in between these information stages, we've been sharing information with each other.
No, I don't talk to you
I'm
guys.
hearing a. So where did you find this information? Fuck off! I don't
okay,
know.
well, seriously, I don't tell you where I got it. I'm just like, you know.
And I don't care enough to know. So in Ivanka's mind, she has heard a lot about a guy saying the walls have eyes and throwing away, what were those, like metal silverware?
Mhm.
Yes.
And the walls, literally from Orland's experience, having eyes. There's some sort of weird, freaky security thing going on here. I would like to speak to the Wraiths.
The Wraiths. Oh, I love when you go speak to the Wraiths, 'cause I love the Wraiths. You are back in Silk Shore, in the Wraiths bar that they have their private table at.
Claremont, what do you know about their businesses, their buildings?
I know that recently we made a deal with Claremont House, actually, thanks to you.
Huh, interesting. I have a question. Their security systems. You must envy them, yes?
Security systems? Like for their home, or?
For the Leviathan factory.
The
walls have eyes. Slate, you heard of that?
Slate looks across the way to another one of the Wraiths and signs a few things to that other Wraith, and the other Wraith signs a few things back. And Slate turns back to you and goes, yes, we've heard a little bit about it.
I'd like to know everything you know.
Let's see. I don't know if I think you guys are in good standing with the Wraiths. You guys are like
We're
tier
+2, I think.
Yep.
We're friends.
+2. Yeah, they're not gonna hold back with you guys, but I do think it is unlikely this person knows like everything.
Yeah.
Much at all.
But
So I'm gonna say tier 2, 2 dice. I'll do a fortune roll, and then you can ask one of the questions.
Great.
Actually, what question are you gonna ask? That we can actually use the things.
I mean, I guess what's really going on here? That's a pretty good fucking question.
Cool. He looks back at you and goes, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't go into that factory much, and we've had no reason to really scope it out, on our own time, but I've met with Varin. I think that's the one who runs that factory.
I would have no way of knowing.
He was at my meeting, with the head of Claremont House. I think his son or something. And I don't know if you know much about magical doodads, various trinkets.
Very little. That's why I come to you.
After being in the business for a while, you learn how to pick one out. Some people have just curios and curiosities, but when you're rich enough, those curios mean something, even if it's not real. Varin keeps a metal monocle, something wrought iron.
Interesting.
Just information between friends.
Between friends. Thank you, Slate.
Dove, as you're walking home, you see a crow flying away from your home. And as you are walking, you see it dive down towards you.
Like, as though it's going to peck my eye out?
I don't know if you're much around birds to tell the difference of I am an angry bird or I am a chill, cool
just a bird.
that wants to be your friend.
I guess I would like to sort of dodge the fuck out of the way.
Mm-hmm. This bird comes at you, and then as you kind of like dodge out of the way, you see it stop and hit the ground in front of you and starts just kind of like pecking at your heels. And as you look down at it, you realize that this bird is familiar. Debonair has a crow that he keeps, like a little friend, and this is his bird. You haven't seen it in a while, but you recognize it.
Does it have a name? Do I know its name?
Does it have a name?
Crow.
This bird's name is not Crow. Is Uwak.
Cool. Great. So I look down at this bird and go, lead the way. And then I realize that I'm talking to a bird and I go, God.
It darts off immediately, and you realize it's going towards your home.
I follow it.
You have to probably run to keep up
Yeah.
with this bird, and as you are running, you see a figure on your doorstep. And as you keep running, you realize that that figure is not standing. It's hardly sitting. As you get closer, you realize it's Debonair.
I mean, does he look okay? Or like, does he look hurt?
As you get closer still, you see that he is bleeding.
I run even faster. I go to him and I go, what happened? Why are you here?
I got into a scuffle.
With who? Why?
Do you know that you have very mean neighbors?
Oh, God. We need to get you somewhere. To someone. Do you know anyone?
I know, the psychicer back in the Crowsfoot.
Great, we get you there. We're friends with cabbies, aren't we? Can I flag down a cabbie?
Yeah, sure. Dove, you and Debonair are racing off towards the Crowsfoot, and Debonair gave some sort of, like, location that you don't recognize, and you are outside of what looks like another shack in Tangletown.
Debonair is a very large man, but I am trying my best to, like, aid him as we walk into this shack.
Yeah, he's not doing the best, I would say, physically, but he kind of slumps down in front of, in this, like, I guess a waiting room of sorts, and he goes, can you, and he kind of points towards a door.
Yes, I do that.
You see a like a nameplate next to the door. It says Tar, Mace, PhD.
PhD. Do they have doctors
In Duskfall? They have to. Doctors have existed for so long.
Okay, fine.
Probably not like.
You know, we didn't go to Oxford, but
Probably
fucking...
not the best doctor, because they're in the Crowsfoot, but they exist.
Yeah, I guess I'd knock on the door?
Cool. You knock on this door, and you hear a kind of a shuffling from the other side. A lot of metal on metal.
Oh, God.
And suddenly the door busts open, and you see a man exit, and he goes, "Hello, are you here to see the doctor?"
Yes, not me, my friend, he's...
He kind of looks around you and sees Debonair bleeding out, and goes, "Looks quite bad."
Yes, that's why we're here.
"Sure, I can see this man now. Can you help me carry him in?"
Yes.
And you kind of both sling him over your shoulders,
This large man.
hoist him over and kind of onto a table. And he goes, oh, yes, I think I can, save this man, but I'll have you know, he doesn't look great. And as he says that, Debonair just starts coughing up blood. This is your first time here. I can do this service pro bono. But, Ivanka Dove, is it?
Yes.
I've heard of your prior exploits, and I hear you're back in the game again. I could use the extra work. So, keep me in your mind.
You save
And he
this man,
turns.
you can have anything.
He turns back to, Debonair, and he goes, please, I do it because I love it. And he, grabs some sutures and, starts to get to work.
I think I go back out into the waiting room. I can't watch this shit happen.
Yeah, it's definitely a little gruesome. I would say the best thing most people can afford in Duskfall is back alley doctors, and not a lot of them are great.
We get results, but at what cost?
You get results. Debonair is functionally gonna be okay. What are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna wait until he comes back out.
Okay.
This guy seems like a fucking idiot, a little bit. So I'm not gonna leave until he comes back out, and he is well.
Hey, Storm, where do you think Dove is?
We're just like sitting in her house, like, you know, we were supposed to have a meeting. I made progress. Like,
The walls have eyes.
oh hey, I heard that too.
That's what I was gonna say.
So he probably stays there overnight.
Yeah, I stay.
Just to recover, and in the morning afterwards, he kind of stumbles out of this, out of the back. And what are you doing? This is like, you've been here for a whole night, I assume?
Yeah. He comes out, I hug him.
He goes, no,
Sorry.
ow.
Sorry.
The insides are not great.
Yeah, they were outside for a little bit.
Yeah, insides, outsides, all good, bad things.
Your doctor friend is kind of an idiot. Do you know this?
He went to a medical school, I think. So, he can. I mean, obviously, I'm doing okay.
Let's take you back home.
Yeah. Yeah, you take him back home. Do you press him about what happened?
Not now.
Not now.
Not now.
Okay.
I have more prescient things to do than figure out why the Grey Cloaks fucking beat up my boyfriend.
I will say, with a week's time, you can gather more information in this time if you want to do that again, or you can just start talking about what to do. And we can put you all back in the Dove home.
I have nothing else to do. Dylan?
Uh-huh.
You want to work a shift at the fuckwall factory?
Yeah, I will assume that I've started up working, essentially.
Yeah, you are employed.
I have a job now.
You have a job.
Let's take 5 hours and do a real time in person.
Yeah, that's it.
You think that people are only working 5 hours in a row at this factory?
No.
Dylan-
Sorry, that's usually my shift.
Mirai is working a 13-hour shift.
Let's
Yeah, I
go.
think it's actually around 12 hours is what I placed it. Yeah, 12 hours, 12-hour shifts. Yeah, you begin working at this factory. I don't want to, walk you through your day.
Because that would be awful audio.
Yeah, and now it's lunchtime.
And if I can hear,
Is there anything you wanted to,
I think
zone in on?
I'm mostly just scoping out, where the big boss man spends his time and ways to get there and how people in this factory act so I can, sneak people in.
I would.
Dylan, are you saying that your information gathering question is, how can I blend in here?
Alright, I probably have to use the actual questions now.
Yeah, with the big questions.
Uh,
I think that's actually a slide question.
let me
Oh,
pull
is it?
those up. Yeah, I
They are
should...
different.
They're different? Oh,
Yeah, I should mention that my questions aren't great. They're all about hurting people for some reason.
We can't really tell why, but
Um...
it seems like very violence-based.
Okay, I guess the best question that I can get out of this list right now is, how can I get them to X? How can I get them to be alone, essentially? Them being the big boss man that we're trying to kill.
Okay. I need you to do a roll.
Yep.
I think it's going to be an action roll.
I was thinking this is, prowl or hunt is what I was thinking.
Okay. Yeah, both of those definitely work
I'm
for
gonna
this.
go with prowl, I think.
Okay.
Is that gonna give me, like, the same results as hunt, or?
I guess it's different information, but also different risks
Okay.
is the key. So it's up to you entirely.
I have better stats in prowl, so that's why I'm trying to go with that, but I also kind of want to do hunt.
You know,
I'm gonna do
probably
hunt. I have 1 dot in this, so I get to roll a die and see what happens.
Or
Cool.
Dylan, you know what else you could do now?
I'm not gonna push myself on this. Well,
It's pretty important.
Hold up. Well, let me put you in a position
okay,
first.
yeah.
Let me position you. What are you doing to get this information?
So basically, I am largely going about my normal day at the factory. I probably get a couple cigarette breaks or something.
Storm starts smoking for this.
So I'll, like, whenever I get a moment that is, like, a brief break, I'll just kind of walk around, glance around a little. Lunch break, I eat quickly, then, wander around. First day at the factory, figuring out where I am, kind of with that guise. But
Right. Okay.
And then, of course, when I'm working, I'm just keeping my head on a swivel.
Okay. Nice. I'm going to say your information here is going to be limited. I think that's fair. Like, your effect
Yeah,
is
that's
limited.
fair.
Only because
I'm not...
you're not doing a lot to
Yeah, I'm
get
not
it.
actively breaking into places to figure things out. Which I think is the right choice, for the record.
But I think, consequently, this is also controlled.
Great. Yeah, so I'm gonna roll hunt. This is controlled and limited
Really using the dynamics of the system.
with no bonus die. I'm not gonna push myself on this. And I got a 2!
Ooh, okay.
A 2!
Yeah.
Bad roll
you-
city.
I really think it is that you just don't notice much. What's interesting, actually, is that you don't see Varn at all. You don't see Varn once the entire time.
But he sees you.
I'm sure he does.
You know Varn is in the factory. And people kind of vaguely, gesture to where, Varn's office would be, which is kind of on the second floor overlooking things. People kind of, gesture towards it, give the evil eye. Kind of like they give they gesture to Strangford's house in Char Hollow. But you haven't seen Varn the whole day.
Okay. Interesting.
Hello, you're listening to The Fool's Chronicle, and... Wait a minute, I'm not Sean. Oh, that's right, I'm Olivia Manning, and I'm recording the ad break because Sean is an idiot and forgot to bring his mic on vacation. Anyway, now for some messages. Join The Fool's Chronicle on Patreon. For just $10 a month, you can listen to talkbacks where the Fools talk about the episodes you listen to, and you can actually hear what I sound like when I'm not using a funny accent. Want more of The Fool's Chronicle? Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Fool's Chronicle, where you can see the little shitposts that I make and all sorts of behind-the-scenes content. Thank you for listening to The Fool's Chronicle Episode 9. Our next episode comes out in 2 weeks on June 7th. So, wait a minute. I'm Sean, and I'm writing the script, so I can make Olivia say whatever I want. Sean is the king of podcasts. I'm a dumb idiot. Penis. Balls. But, oh, damn it. I would like to first ask how much generally I would know about, like, factory inspections. And also, if I were to talk to someone about this, would it be Strangford or Drake?
Definitely Strangford.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up to his home.
Okay. So you pull up the Strangford house.
Yeah. And I say that I'd like to speak with him about some factory dealings.
Great. When you come over, Strangford is having lunch in his garden with Irmina.
Lord Strangford, Idamina, may I join you?
Strangford is surprised to see you, and Irmina goes, yes, please.
I sit down and I turn to Irmina and I go, you don't mind me discussing business, do you?
Oh, I think it's so dreadful, but go ahead, if you must.
Great. I turn to Strangford and I go, our friend Storm has recently been employed by the Claremont Leviathan factories.
Really?
Yes, they are finding the work environment very promising.
I've heard it's very fulfilling work.
See, the problem is that it's not very fulfilling for me. I don't think it would be a work environment I could blend into very well, let's say. Do you know anything about factory inspections? If those may occur, who they are done by, what uniforms they wear?
Usually, I have some meetings so that things go under the radar. But, yes, there are inspections from time to time.
Wonderful. Who by?
Usually, it's under the blues. The inspectors?
How easy do you think it would be to acquire the uniform of an inspector? 2, maybe.
2 uniforms. Well, you'd have to break into a blue coat establishment. I hear the Grey Cloaks are in stock this season, with some old uniforms, if you're going by that route. Or, I cannot help you. The, people that are with the blue coats in the city council are not fond of me.
Yes.
And he gives kind of a grimace that's also a smile. And, Yermina, kind of chortles.
Right. Well, thank you. I'll be going now. Don't want to take up too much time of your meal.
Good luck, Ivanka Dove.
I'll need it. Can I talk to Commander Cleland?
Yeah.
My
That would be the guy to talk to.
my cool void from, I think, episode 1.
No, that was actually Balmore.
Balmore. Yeah, I'd like to I'd like to find Balmore again.
Sure. You catch him during a recess of session at the city council.
Again? I just wait out there.
Yeah, you just wait out there, and he's walking out again, and he's like, walking briskly, and like he sees you, and he kind of like looks away.
Balmore, old friend.
Hello. Dove, was it?
Yes.
He's walking. He just keeps walking.
Please, I know. I know the last time that we spoke, it was not wonderfully beneficial for you. I understand that. And if you want to walk away right now, fine by me. But I have concerns. I'm a woman of concerns. You know this.
He's giving you a look that's like, I do not want to be here.
I have a friend who works at the Claremont blood refinery. I worry about them. They come back from work and they are not the same. They speak of these eyes in the walls.
Ivanka, can I stop you right there? Last time we interacted, it was very unpleasant, and I would do much to avoid that again. And he turns on his heel.
2 uniforms, Commander. I'll pay for them.
He turns back to you and he goes, you... he laughs in your face, is the first thing he does. And then he goes, you are a... what? Tier 0, maybe? Gang? There is no amount of coin that would interest me in working with you.
Then we have nothing else to speak about.
He turns away.
Bastard. I go back to my fucking house.
As you are walking around Six Towers, you are seeing a lot of Grey Cloak patrols around. There is a clock that we have half filled that is Grey Cloak's secure Six Towers as their kind of turf. And that is definitely in effect.
Yeah.
So just letting you know that they are getting more powerful here.
Yeah.
And I am gonna put on the table, it's not we're not gonna start it yet, but I feel like Debonair crawling back to your home from getting jumped does play into the Grey Cloaks finding your lair.
But we're hidden!
It's hidden. It is hidden, but it can be found. No one can just roll up to your base, and it'll take a while for them to find it, but I think it can definitely be found, and if the Grey Cloaks secure Six Towers their turf, you'll be more at risk, and they are actively looking for you.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna put this on the table. It is currently at 6, none filled. But if that fills up, then I'm putting that as a risk for you on the table. You're at war now, so things are bad.
Yeah, things are bad.
Alright,
Yeah, Orlin, what plan do you have? You gonna talk to the ghosts? See if they can give us some investor uniforms?
no, they're terrifying and they suck very much.
Great! So the one thing that you can do, you can't do it anymore.
You mentioned an amulet, yeah? Little eye pendant thingamabob?
Monocle, yes.
My mistake. Regardless, point is, we're trying to break into the factory for this 2 extra coin. Yeah, that all makes sense. It's whatever. He still has a home that he goes home to daily, yeah?
You suggesting we steal it?
I'm suggesting at the very least we find out more about it. I have a way about looking at things. I can find stuff out pretty easy. But it's a riskier move. So I figured I'd bring it up with you all before I go running off on my own trying to bust into this rich man's house.
We have nothing left but risky moves. Do you understand that?
I don't know about y'all, but I have a job, so...
Yes. And if you want to give up and spend the rest of your life working at this blood plant, go ahead.
You know what? Let me get a job. Maybe that's what I need to do.
Yes, let's all work minimum wage.
Union! Yeah, let's go!
Let's start a union!
Actually, Ivanka, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. I say that as a joke, but do we get paid sick leave as part of the gang? Do we get dental?
If you are haunted so much by the ghosts of this plant that you need to take sick leave, you know what? I'll give you something to cry about. Bitch. And I just fucking collapse on the nearest thing to sit on. Ivanka is... nothing is working. Nothing is working.
I didn't hear a no. I will be back. Or not.
Yeah, go ahead. Storm.
Yep.
How easy do you think you could beat up 2 cops?
Are you serious?
Dead.
So it's only been 2 days, 2 or 3 days, so we have 4 or 5 left.
Yeah.
Right. That means we have 4 or 5 days left before Leviathan hunting season starts.
Yes.
So at the soonest I can, that evening probably, I'm going to... I guess I'll wait. I'll kind of linger not by the factory, because again, the walls have eyes, but
So bad.
in a nearby like alley and wait for him.
Okay. Yeah, you're good at this. At some point, you see, at the end of the day, I think you first see Storm, like, leaving the factory.
Their actual job. Their
from
full
their
place
actual
of
job.
employment.
Yeah, and he, goes off to wherever Storm goes after work. About an hour or so after the factory kind of closes down, you see a retinue of guards, 4 of them, exit the factory. And between them is who you recognize as Varin. You've seen the image, the sketch, and so that is Varin. And they enter into a cab and start rolling off.
Can I flag a cab and follow?
Sure. You follow this guy to a place in White Crown, real fancy district. And you follow him back to his estate, and that's probably about as far as you can follow him from this cab. As their cab stops, they exit and begin to enter into this estate.
I'm gonna thank the cabbie first of all, because you thank your workers, your laborers.
My boyfriend was dying, Ren.
I don't care. Did you tip? I tipped.
No!
So what is Orlin doing?
The whole point of this was to get close to the monocle, so I see them go into the building. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any way I can get?
I mean, they're going into the building.
They're going into the building,
but this guy has guards around him.
Okay. I assume they're going into the front entrance. Are there guards posted around the estate?
Yes, this is an estate, much like Strangford House.
Okay.
It's a smaller estate, but these guys are nobility, and this is Claremont House. So there are a few buildings scattered. One big ass mansion, where many people of the Claremont House and their various, guards and maids and such work and live.
Can I sneak around the edges and, I don't know,
Try and find a way in?
I'd like to try and find a window on the first floor that's nearby the front entrance that isn't the front entrance.
Okay. This is probably also fenced. So
What, do I need to roll?
I mean, just to I want you to know there's a lot of stuff to get through here.
Okay.
You're trying to find a way in?
Yes.
Okay. Then this is going to probably be desperate.
Okay.
Because you don't look like you belong here at all. This is someone's private property, and there are lights here because you're in White Crown.
Okay. I have my mask on,
so
by the way.
Yeah, okay.
Good
Still
old crime
desperate.
mask.
And this will be, what are you, I want to give you limited effect so badly. This feels like a bad plan altogether. I feel like you're not going to get a lot out of it. Looking around, yeah, I say this is limited effect.
Can I, one of the things you can burn stress for is to improve effect, right?
Absolutely.
Then I will burn 2 stress. I'll burn 2 stress to up the effect.
Cool.
All right, and I'm rolling what? Prowl.
Sure. Go ahead.
All right. Well, boys, 50% chance
One
I
singular die.
huff nuts and die.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Been rolling those odds all day. I feel like.
Yeah, we have. That's a 2.
Wow.
That's a 2, baby.
Wow. Yeah. 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 Orlin, yeah. Yeah, Orlin, yeah.
Let's go,
Yeah.
Orlin. Let's go,
Uh-huh.
Orlin.
Yeah, let's go, Orlin. On a desperate roll,
You
on a
die!
You
1
die.
to 3, you suffer it's the worst outcome. You suffer severe harm, a serious complication occurs, you lose this opportunity for this action.
Wait, didn't they have a better effect than desperate, didn't they?
No, they had a better.
That's position.
effect than little.
Position. Yeah, position is immutable, but you can change the effect. Yeah,
Yeah,
here's
they're
what
gonna
happens.
arrest you, Ren.
Yeah, you are sneaking around this estate, and you at the same time that Varen is going up the stairs, and you sneak around the bushes trying to get closer, and you suddenly step on a twig and fall forwards out of your hiding space. And it's just the worst case scenario. You just make a lot of noise and you're out in the open,
Some
and you're right
Looney
under
Tunes
a lantern as Varen's just snaps to see you, and I think you guys make eye contact for a second,
Oh God.
and then immediately sends one of his guards towards you. This guard is currently marching towards you quite quickly.
Mm-hmm.
They also pull out a baton and flick it on, and it begins to. It's a shock baton, and you can hear it crackle. And he's marching towards you.
I'm going to try one.
What are you doing?
So I'm going to get into a position to flee, but before I do that, but as I'm doing that, I'm going to try something stoopy.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what else?
This is a great time to
yeah,
do that.
Great. I would say the best time. Maybe.
So one of the things about Compel as a special ability,
Okay.
first of all, it lets you attune to
Yep.
the ghost field.
Sure. Don't we all?
Sure.
But second of all, you can force a nearby ghost to appear and obey a command you give it. You are not supernaturally terrified by the ghost you summon or compel, though your allies might be. He's not an ally,
but
but
is
he's
here.
around.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and yank a ghost, just like, come here, come here, come here.
Okay.
I have my mask on and everything.
Okay. Yeah. It's desperate. I'll give you that.
I'm gonna
It's
level up
desperate.
on this fuck up entirely, alone.
It's desperate as hell.
Yeah.
And I will say it'll be. Oh man.
I would say normal, probably. It is
I
a
would
ghost.
say limited. I would say limited because you're in White Crown, and there's just not a lot of spirits here.
Okay.
Yeah, I can give you a devil's bargain.
I would love a devil's bargain.
This guy's gonna get you
Real
a
big.
little bit.
That's fine. That's fine.
Regardless of what happens, this guy's gonna get you a little bit. That baton looks like it fucking hurts, and he's gonna get you a little bit.
That's fine. Or this is
Cool.
Orland's role currently. He will not be helping out later.
Cool.
He will help now.
Swag, cool.
Okay, so 2 or wait. Okay, yeah. Am I upping the? I'm upping the effect, and it's attune, right?
Yes.
I might need to change or burn my dice. Let's see. Come on, please. I'm begging you.
Oh no, you're adding a die because it's your devil's bargain.
Oh, so I can roll. I roll 3 dice.
Yes.
Yay!
Statistically.
2 5s and a 1.
Okay.
Hey, that's a roll.
Okay. For a desperate roll on 4 to 5, you do it, but there's a consequence that happens. Okay. Awesome. You begin just grasping at straws. Your spirit mask is on, and you, like, for a second, you just see nothing. And you're like, well, fuck. And then you, as this person approaches you, you see the violence around them. Their intentions and the violence that they've caused at that factory and in their life. And you begin to pull upon that energy as he walks towards you. And you compel a spirit to appear in the space between you and this guy. And as he sees this crackling happening, he just starts running towards you, and he hits you across the face with this baton. You have been shocked. I'll say this is a level 1 harm shocked. We're gonna see how this affects you. You actually, you know what? No. Here's what happens. This guy hits you in the face, and you look bruised. That's the effect, and it's gonna affect kind of your social aspects.
Okay.
This guy runs towards you and hits you in the face, and you summon the spirit. It is this reflection of the violence that this man has caused, and he stumbles back just long enough for you to try and escape. I will also say you've now drawn a lot of attention to yourself.
Is that the effect, the side effect?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
I think everyone in this whole zone is looking at you.
Okay.
All of Claremont House knows you're here.
Good morning, everybody.
What are you doing, Orlin?
So the other part of compel lets me command it.
Sure.
So I'm going to command the ghost, grab the monocle, and I'm going to sprint out of there.
Okay.
Insane.
Okay. I don't think this wretched shade is going to be able to do that well to it all. But I will roll a fortune roll, I think, for it. And I'm gonna do it with 0 die.
Oh God.
I think that's fair. Because I've set up fiction-wise, this isn't a very good ghost.
It's a pretty shitty ghost.
Okay.
It's 2 6s again, which is weird.
So
Yeah,
weird.
it's 2 6s, which is weird. No, take a low result.
Oh God.
You see this ghost, like, speed towards Varin, and it begins to disintegrate as it comes near, and it reaches Varin's face and knocks the monocle off, and the monocle clatters to the ground, and Varin looks up at you and kind of stumbles back, and he falls on his ass as you're running the other direction. I think the spirit then just dissipates. But Orlin, as you run off the estate and round the corner, you're in a bad place right now, kind of overall in the whole of Whitecrown.
I would agree.
You round the corner, and on the fence, this metal fence, all on the side, you see eyes begin to pop up. One by one, just scattered, opening in the metal. You hear this creaking noise of metal moving as these eyes pop open over and over and over again, and they're following you. Eyes, eyes, eyes. And then as you round the corner, you see what looks like a figure in the metal on this at the corner of this estate, this huge iron parapet that joins 2 sides of the gate together. A figure, almost like a man if it was encased in iron. And as you run past, a hand reaches out and grabs your arm.